Hello kids! So, in this video, we're going to learn about family and friends. A family is the basic unit of our society. A family may consist of two generations of family members, that is the parents and children, or even three generations, which includes the grandparents. Everyone wants to have a happy family. However, this is not something that comes naturally or even easily. Even members of the same family can be very different from one another. Therefore, every family member needs to know his or her roles and behave accordingly in order to create an ideal home environment. Characteristic of an ideal family. What do you mean by an ideal family? How do we identify one? Below are some characteristics of an ideal family. An ideal family engages in good communication. This is important. It allows each member to express compassion, kindness, courtesy, and respect to all others in the family. It is important to listen to what others have to say. Everyone's voice and opinion need to be heard before any family decision is made. This makes each member feel important and valued. It is an essential element in making the whole family happy. An ideal family enjoys being together. All the members spend a lot of quality time together. They plan and prepare for family activities together. We need not spend much money to enjoy quality time with the family. Simple activities such as having family dinners at home or watching television programs together will be good enough. The members of an ideal family share common interests. The more the family members have in common, the more they tend to do together. Having similar interests and setting common goals give the family something to look forward to plan toward, and to experience together. For instance, a picnic at the beach is a great idea. The planning of the picnic may also be more enjoyable than the picnic itself. All family members contribute to the welfare of the family. This means responsibilities and duties need to be shared appropriately among all family members. Children, too, should be assigned the tasks that suit their ages. Parents not only contribute towards providing daily necessities for their children, but also others, such as good education, moral values, and loving guidance. An ideal family focuses on the strength, not the faults of one another. Every one of them appreciates each other for being there for him or her. Ideal families are not problem-free. However, they admit having problems and seek help to solve them. They also care and show respect for each other. When one is sick, the other members should show their concern. When one wins a competition, he or she is praised by the other members. Similarly, when one is sad, he or she is consoled or cheered up by the other member. This is important as everyone loves to be the center of attention. We need to work hard to have a happy family. It is not one person's effort but teamwork. Everyone has to play an active role to make it work. Other than that, we have to put our family first, not because we have to, but we want to. Types of Thai family. The following are two types of Thai family divided by how they live together. Nuclear family is a family unit that includes parents and their biological or adopted children, such as father, mother, and children, living in the same residence. This type of family is usually found in urban societies. Extended family is a type of family in which relatives in addition to parents and children, such as grandparents, aunts, uncles, and cousins, live in a single household. This type of family is often found in rural and suburban societies. Conflicts usually arise out of disagreements between two or more people. Conflicts occur when people perceive that there is a threat to their needs, interests, or concerns as the result of disagreements. Conflicts arise naturally in every aspect of our daily life. We meet many people every day. There are no two people with identical thoughts and beliefs. Thus, conflicts tend to happen. Conflicts happen when one believes that the trust promised or paid between oneself and someone else has been broken. When a person trusts someone else, he places a high-level faith in that relationship, which leads to a sense of stability and security. Therefore, when a breach of trust happens, it inevitably leads to serious conflicts. Sometimes, miscommunication may lead to conflicts too. Instructions given might be misinterpreted, thus giving rise to frustration. The conflict will get even worse when no one is willing to accept responsibility for the miscommunication. Sometimes disagreement left unresolved for long can lead to conflict. Negative emotions and suppressed feelings tend to grow in intensity, causing the disagreements to resurface. Therefore, it is important to resolve disagreements as quickly as possible and not let them fester for too long. Conflicts also happen due to clashes of personalities. Some people are outgoing, spontaneous, and talkative, while some are introspective, serious, and quiet. So different people may see a situation differently when such people with opposite personalities work together. It is most likely for conflicts to erupt. People tend to have different sets of values. Our values are the beliefs we hold that guide us in making decisions about what is right and what is wrong. When the values of one group of people differ from the values of another, conflicts are very likely to arise. We should, therefore, perceive conflicts as part and parcel of life. We should not avoid them, but resolve them and use them to improve relationships. When we encounter conflicts, we should remain calm. The opposing party may try to provoke us. In that case, let them have their say. Sometimes, all they want is to be heard and to feel important. So, we should listen to them and try to understand them. Try to look areas of agreement and build on them. If we are in the wrong, then we should not hesitate to admit it and apologize. This will diffuse the tension and calm down the other party. Sometimes, when conflict cannot be resolved, we can resort or consult a neutral third person. This person will simply listen and ask questions or may suggest other ways of resolving conflicts. If everything fails, reschedule another time to discuss it. Most problems change over time. It is either the situation or one's attitude toward the problem has changed. We need to avoid behaviors that may lead to conflicts. We should never use force. We should try to understand others and respect their opinions. Taking votes is one good way or reaching decisions. We should respect one another and speak politely. We should too control our feelings and emotions.